Okay, what I want to get into now is called the stepdaddy trick. I call it the stepdaddy trick because it takes tricking to another level. Okay, if the father of your stepchild, presumed stepchild, is still alive, that means you're not a father to that child or even a leader. Because if you were, that would make God part of the confusion. That would make him a integral part of the mess. Now, there are men in the Bible that had different kind of wives, but stepchildren was never even mentioned. No examples, no instructions, no anything. So what does that leave you to? That leads you to the wisdom of the world. And see, if you want a real authority and keep it, you got to stay out of mess. Period. You want real authority, stay out of mess. So society again has men doing things without thinking that really ain't going to change anybody's life but their own. Now, Eli was, I'd say a backslidden preacher, priest. He was kind of like lukewarm, but sometimes he was dependable. But when it came to his sons, he wasn't very dependable. You know how hard it is to correct your own flesh and blood child? See, everything they got for the man is a losing hand. But what we have going on now is a restoration of manhood. And what's the restoration of manhood? Separation from the sugar for the sake of a greater constitution. And that's why they ain't got a man, because they poured out the sugar before the men could get a constitution. They poured out the sugar on men with no constitution. What's the job of a boss? The job of the boss is to tell you what to do. When they sucker you into this, they tell you you got authority over the child, right? That's the first thing they tell you. You got authority. They're going to back you up. But notice, you got authority till they say you don't have authority, which means it's null and void. And then there's no lasting effect children's lives are shaped by their fathers, for bad or for good. And sometimes their real father could be in prison and they start acting like a damn prison inmate. Oh man, you don't fall for this one, man. I talked about the matriarchal family order, right? All it is Uncle Johnny. Is Uncle Johnny don't know what the hell to do with his time or his money. There's a lot of Uncle Johnnies out there who don't know what to do with themselves. They don't have that constitution, and the world has them conditioned. You run over here to keep from being alone. If the situation is against you, you are alone. You got to take on all the hand-me-downs of life. You are alone. So face it. But somewhere between the Lord and the modern world, I'm going to tell you something, man. You can have a life that works, but you got to watch these damn Ponzi schemes. There's actually more Ponzi schemes built around the man because of the resource. The man resource is needed in so many places, in so many ways. They got to cheat you to get it. They got to psych you out to get it. And that spirit of whoredom. It not only wrecks the woman's life, but they want to sell you the leftovers. We're going to sell you the leftovers. But we ain't going to sell them at a discount. In some cases, you're going to pay higher. The single mother has become an anomaly of the age and a product of the age. It's hope for them. But see, hope is not the same after an occupation of rebellion. There's still hope. You're gonna make it in by your teeth, but it's still hope. Nobody's gonna make your calling a priority other than the life you're willing to live. Period. Period. Men of conviction. You know, sometimes you have two guys in the boat. One's rolling the boat. The other one's working not to roll the boat. And when you make it to shore, you get rid of that load. You know, it's amazing what life does to men. But sometimes we can be gifted to even bear it. But what I always say, play zone. Why am I going to play a game? It's a 999% chance of me losing. And there's only 0.1% of me winning. That's somebody else's game. That's somebody else's game. Some of us are going to be poor the rest of our life because we occupied her calling, her strength, her youth, and everything else being a cleanup man. Forget that. You got to score. And see, they say don't bite the hand that feeds you. But this life is becoming so crucial, man. Don't feed the hand or don't feed the mouth that bites you. That's the deal. We've seen nothing but mess come out of this thing. It ain't the right time, it ain't the right season, it ain't the right order. And if you run in there with everything you got, the chance you even gonna make a small difference is, like I said, it's gonna be 0.01%. Smartest thing you can do is play zone. And when things look that fixed, you got to get a new game, a new dealer, and a new deck. So don't fall for this stepdaddy trick. Even a kid knows something wrong with that. Oh my God, you little kid that's outsmarted you.